Today we're going to be showing you how to replace the struts on your Subaru Crosstrek, located behind the rear wheels. In order to get to the hardware on the top of the struts, we're going to have to remove some of the interior body panels. We'll start with the floor liner. It simply pulls up and out. In order to gain access to the bottom of this plastic panel, we need to pull up this styrofoam. Using some side cutters, remove the clip. Pull the styrofoam out and place that off to the side. Next, pull off the plastic panel. If you don't have a trim tool set, a flathead screwdriver will do the job. We'll remove the top nuts using a 14mm socket. To remove the wheels, we're going to be using a 19mm socket. Make sure you put your lug nuts somewhere safe that you're not going to kick them around. Now, remove the wheel. We're going to loosen up the bottom bolt using a 17mm socket and a wrench. We're going to use a dead blow hammer to knock the bolt out. We're going to take out the bottom sway bar link bolt with a 14mm socket and a wrench. Using a dead blow hammer, we'll knock the sway bar bolt out. With the sway bar bolt removed, the pressure is released and we can pull the strut bolt out. We'll remove this nut and bolt using two 17mm wrenches. With that bolt out, we can remove the strut. Line up the studs at the top and bring the control arm back up. Install the strut bolt into the bottom of the strut. Support the control arm and pry down on the knuckle to get the bolt in. Line up the bottom of the sway bar link in the control arm and install the bolt. Get all your nuts on. Snug down the sway bar nut and bolt using a 14mm wrench and socket. Snug down the strut nut and bolt with a 17mm wrench and socket. Snug down the nut and bolt that holds the control arm to the knuckle with two 17mm wrenches. Torque the sway bar link nut to 18 foot-pounds. Torque the strut nut to 59 foot-pounds. The torque specification for the control arm nut is 59 foot-pounds, but we can't get a torque wrench on it. So we're just going to use wrenches and tighten it to the best of our ability. Now I'll put the wheel back on. Support the bottom of the wheel. Thread your first lug all the way in. The first lug will hold the wheel up for us. Snug down the lugs, but don't over tighten them because you're going to want to be able to torque them later. And now we're going to torque the lugs to 89 foot-pounds. Make sure you're going in a star pattern as you go around to bring everything down evenly. With the wheel on the car and the car lowered to the ground, we can install the nuts on the upper part of the strut. The new nuts for the top of the strut can be tightened down with a 16mm and torqued to 22 foot-pounds. To reinstall the plastic panel, insert the tabs upward and then push in on the bottom. Place your styrofoam holding your tow hook back in and insert the plastic clip. Reinstall the floor panel.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.